Hey guys, this is going to be a really short video. I just want to cover a couple of things. First of all, not a single person went over and started the petition, so now I know where these people that have been pushing everybody to do things stand. Not a one of them went over and actually started the petition, so like I said, I would sign it if they would start it, just to see how sincere they are about actually caring about the nation and people. But so far, no one has done it. Not yet. Not one person. So I may end up having to do it myself. But anyways, I just want to jump off of that, and I just want to talk about back at the beginning of this year, I said probably toward the end of this year or the beginning of 2013, food prices are going to get outrageous and this kind of thing because of the different changes in climate and that are taking place. And now we're beginning to see Hostess filing for bankruptcy, 15,000 people unemployed or laid off, and we're beginning to see that because of the Mississippi River being as low as it is, the grain prices are skyrocketing. Because of the droughts, the corn prices are skyrocketing, and about, I think it's 48% of all products have corn in it in some way, form, or fashion, so 48% of all food products will go up in price. So guys, like I said, if you haven't learned to garden yet, if you haven't figured these things out, if you don't have a water source and all these things, these are things that you really need to be getting to work on because you're running out of time to get it done before prices just get completely out of hand and you're forced into completely and utterly into GMO food because it's the only thing that'll grow in the floods and droughts. So I just wanted to bring that to your guys' attention real briefly and real quickly. Yes, I know about the oil spill down there, or not oil spill, but the rig down there in the Gulf of Mexico exploding. Perhaps it may be leaking at this point. No one knows for sure. But like I said, guys, the Gulf of Mexico is sinking down, and the edges of the continent are sinking down and tilting with it. I mean, I showed you the documents, especially for Louisiana, but same holds true for Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, anything that's touching the Gulf of Mexico. And so, was this an accident or, was it man-made calamity? At this point, who knows? We don't know. But what we do know is that we keep getting fissures, in the bottom of the seafloor, cracks that keep popping up. Again, guys, the ocean floor is sinking. It's adjusting to the new weights, and things are going to be happening to these oil rigs that have piping that goes down, thousands of feet into the crust, down into the ocean floor. And as the ocean floor moves, it's going to have an effect on these oil rigs. So just keep those things in mind, guys, and not just the Gulf of Mexico, but be paying attention around the world, guys, especially where water has a hard time traveling. Because once the water's there, that weight's there, and it has to adjust to it. So just keep all these things in mind, guys. And again, guys, the most important thing is the food, okay? It's going to get chaotic, guys. It's going to get according to the scripture, it'll literally take a denarius, an entire day's labor, a whole day's labor to buy one loaf of bread. Okay, you have to work an entire day just to buy a loaf of bread. And again, that's what we're seeing as they're having harder and harder times getting the barges and the boats up and down the Mississippi River because it's just getting too low, and all the various things that are taking place. It's really having an effect. And so, guys, please, I've been talking about it off and on since the beginning of 2012. To be prepared for it, to be ready for it, to learn your gardening skills, to get out of the city so you don't participate in her sins and end up in her plagues and all these different things, guys. So, heads up on the food situation, guys. Heads up on it. Seriously, this is a heads up warning, and it's probably going to be the last one before we begin to see the effects of it on the shelves and so forth. And remember, guys, with all the natural disasters that have taken place in the United States, most of the food storage facilities lack food. In other words, the facilities that the distribution centers go to get the food, they basically don't have the food anymore. So it's basically coming off of the farm and directly into the stores after it's processed. Okay, but just a huge heads up, guys, the food prices are going to get out of hand. It's also going to become very challenging financially for most people in America. So be ready for that. Even if they make a deal, guys, even if Congress and the House and the President and all of them come together and they figure out a deal to make before the fiscal cliff arrives, it doesn't matter, guys. It just doesn't matter. According to Scripture, it's going to get harsh. And so just be ready for that, be prepared for that. This is why the prepper videos that are out there are so important, guys. You have to be ready for the events. Father didn't tell you all the events and the order of events just so you could just pass it by and perish. He gave it to you so you know what to do and be prepared. He said, watch therefore and pray always. You're supposed to be watching for the word to come to pass. And it's unquestionable that's happening on a daily basis now. But guys, heads up on the food, heads up on the financial situation. There's two ingredients that are simultaneously coming together here. That's not counting what's going on in the Middle East. That doesn't count Obama over here telling the world that, you know what, you can attack us at will, we'll do nothing. It doesn't count. None of that matters. Okay? What I'm saying is just separating ourselves from all of that. The two most important things, apart from what we've already talked about, is the food situation that's coming and the devastating financial collapse that's coming. Okay, many people are going to lose their jobs. So, these are things that you need to be considering and you need to be preparing for. It's not a joke, and you need to be taking it serious, and you need to be getting ready for it. Any way that you can, you need to be getting ready for it. So, and guys, this is not a good time for all these things to come into play. This is not a good time for it. Okay, so just again, guys, seriously, heads up when it comes to the food situation on the planet worldwide, not just the U.S. but worldwide, and also the financial system, and that's worldwide as well. Two different things that you really got to be paying attention to right now. I love you guys. Get in the Word, stay in the Word, and get the Word in you. And I'll talk with you guys soon. Shalom to all.